Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today we're doing another VOD review. This is actually for Hudson. Hudson is actually a really lovely member of my community. Hops in every now and again and is so sweet, and basically wanted a VOD review today. I'm just going to read out kind of like the paragraph that they've put out just so we can kind of like look to see what we're going to be looking at in this VOD today. This is GM2, so it's a very kind of high level Mercy gameplay that we're going to be watching. I always love watching high level Mercies, as obviously it means that I can be very like nitpicky with like certain things, and it helps out a lot of like higher rank Mercies. But of course, if you're a lower one and you want some kind of like something to inspire to, these are obviously really great to look at. So it's PlayStation and rank was around GM2. So they basically said, I honestly don't know what I'm mainly struggling with, but I'd say one thing is being consistent and getting value. Like, okay, one moment I'll be popping off, and the other minute I'll just be completely out of position and dying. Also, damage boosting the most aggressive targets is kind of a struggle. And lastly, I panic a lot when I get into bad situations and I rapidly jump. Okay, so it's already good that we're already identifying what we're doing badly. I want to try and see if I can help like kind of rectify that in some kind of aspects today. So I feel so that's kind of like the main things we're just going to be working on are basically kind of I guess kind of like general positioning, which I think will help with damage being the most aggressive and helping stopping that panicking. Once again, you can get your own VOD views. They offer 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch and I do them on Mondays, but I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays in case you guys also want to come and see my gameplay or just come and have a chill. You know, come and say hi to my lovely chat over there, basically. We have the Lifeguard Mercy skin on. Sadly, no charm, though, which is a little bit upsetting, but I really do like the skin. I think it's so adorable. I've seen a lot of these recently. And yeah, so we're on Numbani. Numbani, obviously, very dive-heavy map, as we know, in the higher ranks. We have ourselves an Echo, a Genji, a Moira, and a Winston. Now, the issue with your comp with this map, and this isn't your fault, it's actually your Moira's. The reason is because normally how it happens, I'm just going to go through how basically people normally play this map in case people are a little bit unaware, a little bit lower down and stuff like that. Essentially, what normally happens is people will like to dive this main area or they'll want to push up this top left corridor. Now, you don't want to push up this top left corridor if, what's it called? If they have like Junkrats and stuff like that, but because we're in this Winston, we want to be basically diving main. Now the issue with diving main, like with your Winston coming like and diving up here along with like your Echo and your Genji for example, is that your Moira is going to be very vulnerable down below and she can't really help as much as she can, as much as she's like, apart from chucking like a healing orb and maybe trying to reach up her healing. Which is why like I feel as though 13 comp is a little bit better for what we're running. But I feel as though we're just gonna have to work around, see what happens. Main believing target's obviously going to be our Echo, but we can obviously damage boost the Winston when he jumps in. We can also damage boost Genji if he goes to get a little bit aggressive and our Echo isn't. So yeah, we're just going to head in and see what happens. So it's alright if we just take a little bit of damage here, that's fine. Got a very high sense, I've realised. Alright, stay with our Echo for this first bit, and we just need to basically wait for our Echo to go in. Winston's fine because he has the health pack in there. Just keep your beam, literally. I see at the moment already, you're flicking your beam between a lot of people. Literally just keep it on your Echo for this very moment in time. Up until she goes in and dies, which is really perfect. We're kind of slinging ourselves in, which is fine. Lovely rotation back to our Genji, which is really nice. Ooh, okay. Let's rewind this. Okay. So, as I was saying, we should basically just try and damage boost the Echo, right? Because we could just get in some nice spam damage. I love this GA in. And obviously, you kind of already realised that the only hit scan they have is the soldier, which is perfect. Okay? With them only having this hit scan as, like, the soldier, for example, you can literally, instead of flinging yourself through the team like this, you can essentially just kind of, like, glide about around here. And just, what's it called? Trying to damage this Moira. Oh, fair enough, okay. I was wondering why you're like flicking your beam between like so many people. But you do the right thing, obviously, diving in here. Okay, instead of like going through this team here, just hang off to this side here and just like damage boost around here. The reason is because they'll have a choice. They'll either have to obviously sit there and focus your Winston, or they'll focus you. If they start to focus you, just back off. We can back off to our Genji, who obviously will start like pressuring up on this side. We can just back off and go and damage boost him over here. If obviously they start to focus your Winston and your Echo, then you can just play where you are. It's completely fine. Okay, so we'll keep going. So we do end up making the rotation of going through. This is fine. And then you do end up rotating around to Genji. This is perfect. But now I want you to, because I feel as though you're playing it really fast. Take a breather. Think to yourself, like, where do I need to go next? Okay, you have your Echo that's still very nicely up in the air. Winston's very kind of like out of the range and stuff like that. But if you want to, you can GA over to maybe go and damage him to go and help like eliminate this soldier. since it's really stupid actually that Winston does the exact same amount of damage per second that Mercy does healing. So if someone has a beam on someone, they will just not die as long as the Winstons are like damage boosted or something. Really, really stupid scenario. So you could like maybe like try and go and help all this, or you can go and help your Echo. You have so many options here, right? So I just say do not panic and keep this high ground, okay? Because remember, like high ground's like your best friend as well, okay? So we do end up basically this. I think this is what you mean by the panicking. I feel as though we should have put our beam on the Echo as soon as we kind of like gone in with this Genji. Put this beam on this Echo and tried to help her. Now obviously she ends up falling. Literally just stay up on this high ground for a second, right? Stay with your Genji. Because what happens is you end up losing him and you end up basically directly in the LOS of the soldier, okay? So just try to kind of give yourself a bit of a breather. Like as soon as you kind of escape from doing something like this, give yourself a breather with this Genji and think to yourself, okay, what do I need to do next? Help the Echo. Help someone else, okay? Because you end up just kind of like rushing in and then just going like straight to this point, okay? Mercy, I think, should never ever be on the points unless, what's it called? Unless it's like you're capping the point pretty much. Because it's going to be very, very dangerous there for you guys. But already we've got to go help with the Echo again. Really nice damage boost. Kind of all the damage boost usage there. Really, really nice. Obviously, we're waiting for our team. And we're going to push top left now, which is okay. Obviously, lovely that you're with your Echo. Just make sure you try to keep an eye on it. Yeah, nice. Love how you're looking back though for your thingy, which is great. Okay, this is a scenario here where I would just jump in with a Winston. Okay, so let me just quickly rewind it so I can show you what I mean. Sadly, it only goes like by 20 seconds, but I'm going to show you what I mean. First of all, as well, I would at this point I would also just rotate round, just in case if the Echo wanted to rotate round this side here that you're ready. Because if an Echo is rotated round here, it's very unlikely that she'll want to now fly forward and go that way. Okay, so try and prepare yourself for that. Okay. I love how obviously we're waiting to try and like go in like this. Okay, this is great. Okay, now let's go to your PV. So we're looking for more, which is great. I love how you're thinking here. Okay, I would literally go in with these guys here. Okay, got stuck on the banner. I mean, like, is obviously I think it's like at this point we end up getting stuck with the banner because obviously you're trying to help here. Literally as soon as you kind of like come out of here, your Echo is too far away. However, your Winston right now doesn't have anyone to kind of help because obviously your supporters are over here. What you can do, even if it's literally just a GA in and then doing a quick GA away to come and help your Echo, if you come in here, you can help with this dive. You can help damage boost your Winston. You can help damage boost Genji. You can help basically anyone with this dive right now. Okay. But we end up kind of following through with the Echo, which is fine. We get stuck on the banner, which is fine. Helping Winston, which is fine. Lovely rotation there. Really, really nice. Ooh, okay. Let's quickly rewind this again. Okay, those banners always get stuck at the worst times. So this is the point, right? Just leave your Echo at this point. This is what I mean, right? Leave your Echo. Go in and dive with these guys, alright? We don't end up doing, so we end up basically stuck on the banner a little bit. We end up rotating round, so we're out of the LOS of the Winston, which is great. We rotate up. Okay, awesome. We now need to think to ourselves in our head. I know obviously we've just done this rotation, but we had to think to ourselves, okay, Moira is now healing the Winston, so we can switch to having our Genji. We also have to think to ourselves, the bubble's going to run out, which now means I will need to leave, okay? Where's a really good place where we can leave, where we can stay with our Genji if we want to and kind of like help, you know, try and like block out the LOS like this, or we can go and help our Echo, okay? So we end up healing up Genji, we back around, really nice helping with the dive, okay? However, you never, like, they end up basically doing a really good like counter dive like onto you like as soon as you do this. I don't know whether this is avoidable or not. I would have maybe like tried to fling myself over this side instead to try and get yourself like as far away from the Winston as you can. However, sadly, this is an extremely like well coordinated dive onto you. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think you really survived that like at all. It's just a extremely well coordinated dive, which is annoying. But I would have maybe tried to fling myself out towards like their spawn side or something, but they end up collapsing onto you again, which is unfortunate. It just comes with the unfortunability that you have a Moira with this comp. And this is where, like, especially in like these higher ranks and stuff like that, where team comps actually really do matter a lot. Because, you know, like, Moira's going to really struggle with this team comp, basically. Lovely damage boost here, though. This is really, really great. You do not need to GA in here, okay? Winston has cut LOS of you. You still have your Moira. Just back out quickly with your Moira and try to head to someone main. Because if you GA yourself into this scenario here, especially when you can't get hold of your Winston at this very moment in time, like, it's just going to cause you to have so much damage. You essentially, at this point, just have to bait out this monkey jump, and then as soon as this Winston peeks you again with this primal, you can then, like, go in again. And then you can GA over to your Echo or GA over to your Genji, just someone that you want to GA to, okay? Because right now, you basically wasted your GA, now got you caught out by this Winston, when in reality, you could, like, kind of think it out a little bit more and just be like, okay, like, look like you're going to GA, bait out the Winston jump, and then go and GA. Doesn't matter about your Moira. Your Moira has a Mega here, and she also has Fade and stuff like that, where she could Fade to point and stuff like that. So literally, you just want to kind of GA into your monkey. Nice jump. Really, really nice. Lovely escape there. Really, really nice. Same thing again. Really, really nice rotation. Life Weaver just casually just there, sorry. Nice rotation away. Really, really nice. Move out. Push that damage boost. Nice. Lovely use of the banner. Lovely use of the banner. Really nice healing. Lovely damage boost usage. That Valk was beautiful. Cannot fault that Valk. Oh, okay. My only thing is towards the end of that, we should have maybe like looked to try and follow up on the Genji Blade. He does get basically annihilated, so I don't think we could have done anything to help that. So we did a really good job of just backing out to our Echo again. Nice damage boost on the Coalescence. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Follow up on your Echo. Lovely. My only thing with this this kind of thing, you just have to be really, really careful with this soldier, because your Echo's kind of dived up and not realized the soldier's here. So instead of kind of like bouncing on top of here, I would have actually just looked to kind of hover around here instead. Like as soon as you've seen him, you're like, okay, head out under the way, because you just don't want him to like suddenly lock onto you. So you just like want to basically flick yourself under like this. But my only fault with that, go to Winston. Really lovely rotation. Lovely rotation. Cannot fault that. That was really good positioning. Now you GA. Perfect. That's what you should have done before. You know when your Winston initially jumped in, that is exactly, you do that exactly the same that first time. That would have been really, really good. Really, really good bait out. Playing away, which is really, really great. We do get a little bit caught out. Ooh. Okay. Let's talk about this GA. Okay. So, I love this rotation. This is beautiful. Going around and then going back to go and help your Winston is great. Just try to damage boost him. Yeah, you've got it now. So you wait for him to GA. Perfect. Go around to your Echo. Really, really nice. Try and get him away. This GA, literally just do it back up onto the sign. Okay? Because you GAing, like, through him, like, trying to get to point, you basically get body blocked by him, and he's just going to keep, like, shooting you down, right? What you can do is when you get to literally where you are right now, press that crouch button, come up to this high ground. Use your high grounds, because then you can, like, obviously you've still got this beautiful, like, sign that, you know, blocked us earlier, you know, good old history of Numbani. You can then essentially just sit up here and still be with your Echo, focus down people and, like, go and help people like this. You can then basically give yourself that little bit of a break that you need, and then you can go and jump in to go and help your Genji by just doing a little super jump back up onto this high ground like this, just if you need to. Okay, so because you basically trying to GA through this is not going to happen, because he's just going to body block you, and it's just going to wreck up your entire GA, which is how you end up dying. You essentially just need to press the super jump, like, you know, you can either angle it if you want to, or you could just press the crouch button. I think this time, I think it would have been good if you just did like a straight crouch, to not obviously like give it away that you want to go up, because then essentially you're forcing the Winston to make a choice. Okay, because especially like in this scenario here, you're kind of forcing the Winston to either basically have a choice of going to go and dive someone in your team, or forcing to dive you, in which case you should have another GA up. You can then just GA over to here, or you can just GA, basically you could just GA anywhere away from him again. Okay, so, but we end up kind of getting body blocked by him, and then just focused by the Genji, and we end up dying because of it. It would have been so much better if you just went up to the high ground, but it's fine. Your team end up like actually kind of helping you know, like help regrouping and stuff like that. Echo ends up dying to the Winston ult, but that's fine. I would at this point be looking to come out on Kiriko. The reason is because you should be able like to TP into someone, and also because it's so close to the overtime as well. But yeah. So heading back in. Really, really nice damage boost here. Love the GA way. Lovely super jump onto high ground. Lovely. Yes, GA way. Perfect. Really nice. Beautiful. Really, really nice. You did so well to avoid everything at that time. Like, I don't, there's like certain team fights where you're so confident in your movement and you're like, oh my gosh, like, you know, you look insane. And there's other team fights where you just get a little bit like messed up and stuff. Ooh, okay, we should have been a little bit more involved in that team fight, but it's fine. I think that's just more of like a little like movement mishap kind of thing, but it's fine. Really nice damage boost here onto the Echo though. Obviously rotating back away. Really nice positioning with the sign here. Lovely positioning again. Should get the damage boost. Very nice. I don't think we need Valk here. Okay. I think we can save the Valk until we get out and redive again. Okay. Let me rewind it so I can tell you what I mean. Okay. So love this positioning with the Echo right now. Obviously we rotate round. Love this position on the sign as well. Okay. We dive in here. This is nice. I love this damage boost on the Echo. Okay. Healing her up. Really, really nice. Okay. You can still damage boost here and you do not need to Valk. So you can just literally, all you need to do, because there's a health pack down here, you could just wait for your Genji to come and wall climb back to you. Instead, you essentially just need to keep staying here and damage boost this, damage boost any of these guys. I think probably would be your Echo. The reason is because if you damage boost your Echo at this point, she has a really good, what's it called? A really good LOS onto this Winston, and he's being body blocked by your Winston. If you damage boost this Echo right now, it just eliminates this Winston. There is absolutely no need to Valk here because they've lost their tank, and this should be a free fight win for you. So yeah. So we'll keep on going. So we end up Valkying because we end up panicking because of the tree. This would have been so much of a better opportunity to Valk now, rather than doing it as early as you did. Really positioning though. Follow up on the blade. Because they would have Valk still to follow up on this blade and stuff. Keep following him, keep following him. Okay. Let's back this up. So. This is fine, obviously staying inside. We know the Valk's coming, that's great. Damage boosting, lovely. We then back off to be out of LOS, which is perfect, okay? We see that the blade's going on, right? Literally, just follow this blade. Okay? Like, so you see, obviously, he's going to fight him and go in the slash him like this. Literally, just GA up and just play this room here. You can, like, just commit with this blade right now. Because this will basically help try and maybe wind up this team, well, like, wind this team fight up. So what you should do is just GA straight to this Genji right now. Because then you can keep his beam on him. And then what's it called? Go up here. Don't honestly, like, if you got scared, it's okay. But just remember, okay, you can block, if your Genji dies here now and, you know, like, gets randomly helix, for example, just back out here. The reason why it's okay for you to just GA forward like this and then just, like, slowly drift off over to here is because this soldier, because, what's it called? Because he's going to be focusing this Genji, it's going to be so focused onto this Genji right here. So it means that it's going to be very rare if he comes onto you. And even then, if you just use your GA to sweep into here, it's not going to, what's it called? It's not going to harm you, basically. Alright? But we'll keep going. So we end up, like, you end up kind of going back up to him, which is great. Lovely use of high ground. Oh, okay. This is a point where you just have to kind of realize my Echo's dead. Because you committed him with Genji. Which is completely fine. Absolutely not an issue. Right, we're just going to quickly just rewind it just so I can, like, view it fully as it happens. So it's the really annoying thing about console is that it only does it by, like, 20 seconds. So, we sign. We commit in with Genji, okay? Because we have committed in with Genji now, this separates us from Echo. Right? This means that this Echo has to find healing from elsewhere because we decided to commit with this Genji so much, okay? Now, this is completely not your fault because you've done the right thing. You went to go and follow Blade. He doesn't have like a nano or like anything else that can really help support this Blade. So you did the absolute right thing of going to go and help and follow him with this Blade. Now is the point where you just have to commit with this Genji. Because you making this decision to try and peel for the Echo when she's this weak and she's got the Winston and everyone like focusing her, that's what's going to cause you to do this mistake of leaving your Genji. So at this point, you just have to realize my Echo is way too far away. She's way too weak. Am I going to be able to reach her? Absolutely not. Just leave her. Like, sure, it's not good that she dies and stuff like that, but you made the correct decision of following through with this Blade. So now, I would literally just stay here with this Genji, help him fight this other Genji to finish off this like team fight like this, and then because also they're resin at this very moment in time as well, right? So you damage boost this Genji right now. He kills this Genji. This Genji then has a dash reset. Bam, onto the Mercy who's just rezzed, or like onto this soldier. You can essentially then just stand up on this high ground because none of these two can get up onto this high ground once this Genji's gone. You can stand up on this high ground while the Winston dives the Echo. She's like completely gone. She's dead. But that's fine. That's a sacrifice you need to make to allow your Genji to commit in and then start damage boosting to get rid of all these guys. Never thought of that. It's very much like a nick of this like time kind of situation kind of thing where it's weighing up your options, and a lot of the time you kind of like, unfortunately, it means that you have to let someone die, what I call for the greater good. I've done it like several times, and I like to explain it a lot as well when I do it. Usually for like my TikTok clips and stuff like that. There's a lot of the time where you just have to just abandon someone for a bit of time to commit in really fully with someone. It happens a lot when I'm trying to think of like a really good scenario. I can't really think of like a really good scenario off the top of my head, right? But it's very much kind of one of these scenarios where you just have to fully commit with one DPS and just abandon the. It's like having a Pharah and having some kind of like cast or like a hit scan or something like that, right? Your Pharah has nearly got a barrage and she's like being like really, really aggressive, and someone's going to go and dive someone else. Like say Winston's going to go and dive your cast. At that point in time, you have a really like big decision. Do you commit with the person that's extended and going to go into the back line and absolutely rip them up, or do you go and peel for someone? This is like one of these moments where it's very much you just have to just commit with this Genji. Okay, but I'm gonna play it out to see what ends up happening afterwards because we do end up going to the Echo. Okay, that's fine. And then it gets off the visor. You see how like all this could like be like really avoided if we just end up just committing with this Genji? But the reason why I'm going so in depth is because your gameplay, Hudson, is amazing. I will say, like your Mercy gameplay is absolutely outstanding. So that's why I don't want to sound harsh with you, but I have to be harsh with you to like get you to like that GM1, get you into top 500, you know. But anyways, lovely damage boost with your Echo again, really really nice. That's not on your Genji. Because he kind of just like dashes in, if you know what I mean. Really nice help him though, lovely heals. Lovely damage boost onto your Echo. Really nice with the Echo again. Lovely damage boost on the Moira ult. Really, really nice. Lovely positioning. Ooh, okay. When Monkey goes into Primal like this, you don't need to kind of go in with him, if you get me. Because monkeys with Primal, they tend just to whack people about, it feels like, and it's... how do I explain it? Because obviously, like, they'll do, like the little juggling thing kind of thing, and it's mainly just, like, displace people. So, as soon as he goes in and dives like this, you can literally just stay with your team right now, and just try and either work down your Winston, work down the enemy Winston, and literally just stay here, like, with, like, your Echo and everyone else, right? You can just kind of, you can hang back at this point. You could go in now with, like, your echoed Winston and stuff, if you really, like, wanted to. But you don't need to go in with your Winston at the very moment in time. You did the right thing, though, going in there. Really nice. Nice. See, that's literally that scenario where you just pretty much flew into a soldier that's being distracted. That's how you should have done it earlier when your Genji had the blade. Sorry, it was just like the perfect opportunity to talk about how that was like a really good scenario where you can literally just GA back into like a cover. That is exactly what you could have done earlier with the blade. But anyways, let me carry on. I just wanted to quickly say that. You don't need to be with your Winston here. Ooh, okay. Really nice. Lovely movement again. Really nice damage boost. Lovely. I think my only things I would have not hung about with the Winston so long there. I would have maybe tried like to find one of your DPS a little bit sooner. Ooh, okay. Nice backing out. Really nice backing out. Probably do anything for your Echo, which is fine. So I think she's gonna die. Ooh, she's gonna. Come on, you gotta. Ooh, okay. Okay, let's rewind all this. I wanna re-look at all this. Okay. So, Genji dies. That's fine. You back out with Winston. Perfect. What happens here? I don't think you could either like. Hold on. Let me rewind it a little bit further so I can see. Because I don't think you can save your Genji like whatsoever here. So you go in, which is fine. We go in with Echo. We go in to go and dash in with Genji, which is nice. Going to damage this Genji. Okay, yeah, no, you can't do anything about that. That's fine. So we back out, which is fine. We tried to super to the high ground. That's fine. I don't think we get in to save this Echo either because she's just so weak and we just cannot get in that soon. That's fine with that jump. Okay. As soon as that Winston dives in, you just need to just GA away because if you like GA away at this point, you have your Genji back here that you can then go in and damage boost and carry on. Oh. Okay, no. I prefer that, actually. Honestly, because this is why I really like watching other high-level Mercies, is because I don't think of stuff like this. Like, so this is what I have, what's it called? This is what I would have done. Which is completely different. Like, this is not saying you were wrong. Like, that is so good. So, I would have gone back to the Genji and then basically worked to go and try and get the Winston down a bit, make him jump back to his team, and then I would have gone off for the res. But you decided to Valk to go and do it, which is honestly, I think, a really smart and quicker way to do it than what I would have done it. Because I feel as though, like, the way I would have done it would have actually been too slow to get the res off. So honestly, I think your method is 100% the better method. I'm going to be honest. So I applaud you, actually. That's really great. Oh, okay. I want to rewind it, though, because I feel as though we should have changed our beam priority, though. So, can't save Echo. That is fine. Help with the wisdom. That's fine. We back off. We go and Valk to get this res off. Nice. Okay. Helping Winston. Okay. As soon as this Winston is quite healthy, go and commit then main with your Genji. Hi everyone, sorry, we thought we got some Mercy news, but I was like to end up like just pausing the VOD for a bit, but we're back. Okay, so we just talked about how I thought that this was absolutely amazing that what's it called? The Hudson had used the Valk. The Valk's kind of clunky, yes, because your beam priority is a little bit off in it. I love how you used it to get this res off. This is really great. Okay, as soon as this Winston, you've got him healthy enough. You then need to prioritize helping your Genji and stuff like that over here, okay? Because then it will help him from not dying at this point. Because your Winston is like completely healthy and fine now. You would be able to get onto him a little bit sooner and probably end up helping him and save him, which is fine. That you don't end up doing. End up coming in with a counter blade, which is fine. If you get out here, it's really great, yeah. Ooh, nice dive from them though. Really nice movement. Oh, okay. This is unfortunate. I feel as though your movement was like really good there, to be fair. Like to try and get out. Did it all you could, to be fair. So on to the last fight. Oh, he's going straight in with the blade, which is fair enough. We just end up just like walking in. Really nice with the Genji. One of the things is, you know that he's going to be like being focused down with this primal right now. because you could hear like the monkey noises and stuff. So instead of like landing up on that high ground, which can help you like take unnecessary damage, you essentially just want to cancel your GA just slightly under the high ground, because your Genji will now basically want to go main. But yeah, you see me punching my wall because I was mad. No, honestly, you did as much as you could there. Apart from like, I think a little bit like thing with the Genji blade and stuff like that. I feel as though it's like the only kind of like mistake that you really made there. Ooh, okay. We need to talk about this though. Okay, hold on. So, come back on spawn. So, we got to go and help Genji. I would have like literally cancelled the GA instead of hopping back on, which is fine. Okay. Obviously, you realize this Genji's still here. Just keep your distance here. Like, you do not need to go in here. Just stay at that, because Monkey has like a certain like distance that he can with his like electric thing. I don't know what his weapon's called. But you can literally, if you stand here, you can keep your beam on your Genji, because you do not need to be with any of these guys right now. They are all really, really healthy, okay? So you can literally just stay at this like maximum range. He's just used his jump after primal. At least I thought he did, okay? But he's basically going to have to use his jump to get to you, okay? So, if you play back and play here, if he desperately, desperately wants you, he will jump forward. That gives you the opportunity to use your GA, and then GA, probably, obviously, I would recommend this room, but currently it's being blocked off by a gigantic tree. So, I would basically just GA just onto, like, this side, basically. Because you basically GAing up onto here puts you in LOS of the soldier, okay? So, you basically just play as far away as you can. Force the jump, and then if you force the jump, then rotate. If you don't force the jump, then it's cool. You can just stay where you are, okay? So just play that little bit extra distance. It's a bit like how, you know how you play with a Rhine, and you try to play out of his swing distance just so he doesn't like end up swinging onto you and stuff like that? Just try and just do the exact same thing with a Winston. Play away from him, and then make him force that jump, okay? So we end up kind of rotating onto this high ground, and we get shot down by the soldier. So we see what happens to your team. Mercy goes in for a res. Really nice pick from your Winston. Let's see what you do if you end up getting in. So we're trying to walk back as quickly as we can. Really nice to tell your team that you're coming back. Really, really nice. Res. Beautiful res. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. Really nice change of damage priority there as well. Really nice. So overall, Hudson, it's so weird because it's like there are some fights where you go in and you do the absolute perfect thing. You do everything absolutely perfectly with like your movement and stuff like that. Whereas there are certain team fights where you just kind of like make a few positional errors and mistakes because it's like you don't really realize some things at some points. But apart from that, like it's really, really good. Like you thought of things that I wouldn't think of, and I've also thought of things that you wouldn't think of. It's like my movement's bipolar. No, literally. Because there are some moments where you know exactly what movements you need, and there's other times where you don't. Reses were good though, as far as I'm aware. And yeah, I'm just gonna go straight back into it basically. So really, really nice away from this Winston. Really, really nice helping this Genji. Really nice helping the Moira. Moira dies, that's fine. What do we do now? Okay, we need to. I think this is once again a little bit of a rush with a movement, right? So this is perfect that you go and help your Moira. You cannot do anything when there's such a like these two must be having comms with each other because this is such a coordinated dive. Okay, they dive in so well. You cannot save that. Okay, take a minute on this high ground though to have a break and think to yourself, what do I need to do? Okay, and you can basically just kind of like jump off this this edge and go straight to your Genji. Rather than taking this moment to kind of like go down and up from like the Winston and stuff, just do a straight GA over and then just like play over here. Basically. Okay? But it's fine. Ooh, okay. Really nice commitment with the Genji. That's just, you know, he ends up getting rolled over, which is fine. Not really your fault. Same thing. You don't need to, like, drop on the high ground there. Just stay on that high ground. Ooh, okay. Messed up a GA there. Oh, okay. Oh, this all becomes because you messed up that GA. You had no reason to drop here. Like, for this entire time. You could literally just stay up on this high ground for this entire thing, okay? That's fine. End up on there now, which is really, really nice. Try and get back with your Echo. Nice. Lovely trying to help your Winston right now. Really, really nice. Oh, okay. We're messing up quite a few GAs right now. Damage boost. Very nice. Oh, okay. We seem to be getting very panicky. This whole team fight seemed really, really messy in a movement sense. Because your movement has been so clean throughout this entire thing. We've come to here, and now it's just, it's all over the place for some reason. Back with GA when I was trying to res. Yeah, it seemed like that, like, but not even just that. It was like when you were messing up your super jumps and stuff. I'm just gonna go back for this entire thing because I just want to kind of like explain it. So we go up with the Genji, which is great. He ends up dying. That's alright. That's fine. At this point, this is the point where I think you drop. You do not need to drop here. You can just stay. Stay up on this high ground. Enjoy your high ground, you know? Because what we do is we end up bumping our head because we're trying to get this this Winston, right? Just stay up on this high ground. Go and help your Winston by just walking over and peeking over here. And then what's going to happen is your Echo will probably like come back up to come and dive someone in like a second or two. So you could just, you could just stay up here. Okay, so we end up basically, once again, you try to get up again. Wouldn't be an issue if you were already up there. And then for the third time, we end up failing it. Lovely like recovery though of like, you know, playing out and everything like that. It's really, really nice. But at this point, it should have just been, I feel as though instead of going to go and help your Winston, like obviously it's great that you helped him like try and get out, but as soon as you can, you now need to put your blue beam on this Echo at this point, okay? So it's fine. We end up going in to go and help the Winston, which is like completely fine. Love your positioning right now. This is really great. Another fail on the super jump upwards. Love this damage, so this is really, really great. And then we do end up messing up on the res, which is really, really unfortunate. So at this point, you just need to die. Yeah. We ran, look, when I get targeted, I rapidly jump. Wait, what do you mean by you just like, do you just like hop about? Yeah, which I feel as though that's actually your issue. Like, let me just rewind all the way back to here. This is when it starts. It's a really bad habit. I do it all the game. I'm really glad you've identified that yourself though, right? Because I've jumped on the left shooting things, so I have it. Oh, I have the same Hudson, right? Literally, because I had the exact same problem, but just really like try to kind of like slow yourself down and just try not to press it as much. Yeah, because this is why you have failed so many what's it called? This is the reason why you failed so many jumps, I feel like, because we're too busy trying to like press this jump button like as much as we can because we're too busy like spamming it a lot. Literally, if you end up like in a bad scenario, you just need to kind of like calm yourself down and just try not to spam that jump button, because that's the thing that's basically failing all of your your like jumps at this point. Which is the one that obviously it ends up failing this one again, because obviously we tried to go up in a second. And then we end up using the Valk because of it. And I think this is end up being a bit of a bad Valk because of it. But it's alright, it's all good. And then obviously we just end up dying at this point, which is fine. Good reset. We don't end up like staggering ourselves, which is completely fine. We just need to try and not kind of panic too much and just try and just stop pressing that jump button as much as we can. and just kind of calm it down a little bit, okay? But anyways, so keep going back in. Just follow through an echo. Nice. Nice helping the Winston here. Oh, okay. Let's rewind this, because I don't know whether you would be able to get your beam on your Genji right now. So I love obviously how you don't go in straight away. I think this is a bit of a beam prioritization issue here, where it's like, I feel as though we should have put the beam on the Genji a little bit to top him up to make sure he's safe before you go in and help the Winston. Okay, because I love obviously that you go in and help him and stuff, but I don't know whether it would have saved him or not. It probably wouldn't, to be fair. It's probably me like overlooking everything. And we end up just dying again. Which I guess is fair enough, because I feel as though your Winston is just gonna... I mean, your Winston pop's primal, which is fine. But yeah. So we'll just reset again. So, going in. Lovely damage boost again. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. That's your Winston's fault. Like, your Winston just dives in. Really nice res though. But yeah, your Winston just dives in. That is completely fine. Really nice damage boost again on everyone. Lovely use of your high ground here. Ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. We ended up surviving it. That's really good. Nice. Nice help on the Winston. Go and pocket that blade. Okay, that's just really unfortunate, because obviously I knew you could hear like the soldier up on the high ground and stuff like that. But yeah. Anyway, so we're heading back. I feel as though nothing really you could do like extra in that team fight. Like I feel as though you did as much as you could to kind of like keep yourself alive and everything. So it's all good. And a Valkyrie, this is fine. Really nice damage boost. My only thing is I would try to damage boost the Echo a little bit more at that point. Lovely use of cover. Keeping lovely change in priority. This is just really unfortunate. Like they're diving you so well at this point. Really nice getting your Moira out, just leave at this point. Nice. Love the use of cover. Loving this use of cover before you can get out. Really, really nice. Oh, that's just really unfortunate. Dude. That is just really unfortunate. That the Moira ends up basically like just being stood out in the open and ends up getting picked off. If the Moira managed to stay up, you would have both of you would be able to get out. But yeah. Really nice. You do not need to G out here. Okay. This, you do not need to G out here. Okay. This, you can literally just keep, like, just stay with your, what's called, your Bastion. Because, your Winston has the Moira here to heal him up and stuff. If he desperately needs healing, then you can jump, like, mid-jump where he's doing it now to go and basically go and help this Winston. And then go and help, like, diving and stuff like that. But, we have Bastion. I noticed I'm having better beat management somehow. I feel it might... I don't know whether, like... I don't know, it's hard to kind of, like, see at this very moment in time, because obviously I haven't seen it yet, but I'll keep an eye on it. So we end up kind of helping dive in, that's fine. Lovely rotation. Lovely damage boost onto the Bastion, really, really nice. Lovely how as soon as he's, like, half HP, you go and switch. That's fine, helping him here. Like, your Moira heal up, perfect. Lovely use of cover. Just instead of doing that backwards GA here, I would have literally just like kind of GA'd kind of across, if you get me. So like using your Winston or sorry, not your Winston, using your Bastion and GA across and just like kind of play over here a little bit instead. Because if you end up using another 2-second GA here and then their team just kind of comes into you, they're going to come straight after you. Whereas if you use this GA and already be prepared and be like with your team over here, it makes it a little bit easier for you, okay? But it's all good. I'm on your Bastion. I'm sorry, that's not you. That's not you either. The issues with console. But anyways. Lovely beam. Obviously helping Moira out. Really, really nice. Same thing again. I would just stand over at that other side. You don't need to be on payload here. You can just like play a little bit further back. Like I feel as though a lot of the time you're just at this like kind of like weird awkward moment where you're waiting for the team to come in. You're slingshotting yourself a lot like over to this side. Slingshotting yourself over to this side basically opens up all the sight lines for everyone to come and shoot you at. Whereas if you literally just stay on this side and just do like a few like backwards GAs to get in and out like this, they have absolutely no sight lines to get to you, okay? So you can literally just stand over here and just like help over here. But anyway, so we'll keep going. Need to help Genji. Very nice. Nice Valk. Damage boost. Really nice damage boost. Really nice. I'd go in with your Genji a little bit more there, just so the audit ends up getting picked off. Because obviously you know that audit is there, so you want to try and help commit with that Genji to try and get him. We're not saving the healing until the end of Valk as well. Really, really nice. And I would literally just stick it out with your Bastion main here. That's helping your Moira. Same thing again where I would just stay underneath where your Winstons are and stuff. We're not helping with that though. Nice rotation. Really nice. Lovely. I love. I don't think honestly you have an issue with whoever's taking like, you know, like whoever's been like the most active target to damage boost. I don't feel like you've got an issue with that whatsoever. Like you are doing so well to damage boost like whoever is going in like the most like aggressive at any point in time. Like it's so good. Ooh, okay. This fight has been a little bit messy though, so I'm just gonna what's it called? Go back a little bit just to kind of look at it. So we end up following Blade, which is fine. Try to kind of damage boost the slashes though if you can, because there are certain points where it's like with Genji Blade, essentially he does like a slash and then he takes like a bit of a while to kind of build up his next like slash. So essentially you just want to try and damage boost the slashes as much as you can. Lovely rotation back round to the what's it called? The Bastion. Okay. You do not need to drop here. Okay. I tried but I couldn't predict. No, it's fine. Honestly, as long as you tried though, honestly, that's all that matters, okay? At this point in time, you do not need to leave this high ground to go and help your Winston. Because your Moira is doing it, okay? Instead, you literally can just back off to over here. And you can literally just stay with this Bastion. If you damage boost this Bastion now, this monkey dies. Like this monkey will like be off the face of the earth kind of thing, you know? So you can literally just blue beam him there. Because you dropping puts you in so much LOS, especially dropping forward, puts you in so much LOS of obviously like the soldier with the visor and also like the Genji blade. To us, they pop so many ults though, to be fair. Like they have basically popped every single ult apart from their nano. Which I guess is like kind of good like for your kind of team's progress and stuff. But at the same time, it's like you don't ever want to kind of like drop forward. Just make sure that you're just staying up on that high ground as much as you can. That's damage build the Bastion or one, nobody's really doing anything. Love the jumping away. Really nice. Lovely. Nice, bros. Really nice Valk. That's how you realise it's there. That's really, really great. Wait for someone to dive in. Really, really nice. Don't go and heal your Bastion here. Just keep on helping your Genji and then go and heal the Bastion. It's better if, especially in this like kind of like near and overtime scenario, you go in and you go and make sure that this this Genji properly confirms this kill, then you going back just go and heal up this Bastion like a little tiny bit. Okay? So literally all you need to do is just fully commit at the end of this Valk to go and damage this Genji to make sure he gets that kill off, and then you can go around and heal everyone else up afterwards, or you can go and help your what's it called, your Winston or something, okay? Because doing so, you basically, I feel so you kind of get yourself like a little mix match and stuff, because if you end up kind of staying like for that Genji commitment, I feel so you could have easily got yourself back round to maybe help the Winston. That's very much like a hindsight kind of thing. We need to position yourself ready for the fight though. Like, you position yourself here isn't a great place to position for the start of the fight. Really nice peel for the Moira though. Beam on the Genji. Oh, okay. We need to put beam on Genji a little bit more there. I feel as though we kind of left it on the monkey a little bit too long. That's fine. Lovely on the coalescence though. Nice res. I need to finish off the team fight. So, Hudson, okay? I cannot fault you on some of your team fights. So, it's so, like, weird. It's like there are some team fights where you perform absolutely perfectly. You do exactly like the movements that you should to kind of, like, outwit the, obviously the enemies like Genji and Winston are like the main ones that are going to try and dive you, right? They are perfect. We just need to kind of calm it down with that jump spamming. Try and like literally only press your jump button if you need to press that jump button, okay? Like literally keep yourself like on the ground as much as you can and only press that jump if you need it. And I want you to be like really like thoughtful of it whenever you're playing like your matches next. Just like really be really thoughtful of like, you know, like try not to jump. Like just have it in your head like do not jump, do not jump, do not jump, okay? I feel so reses were, I think the ones I can remember were really good. With like kind of like having the main like target, it is really like, I feel so when you go to damage people, it is really good. The healing is a little bit off at some points where I feel as though there are certain points where I feel as though you're prioritizing the tank a little bit too much. Try to kind of prioritize your DPS a little bit more, because remember, if you see a tank and a DPS critical, obviously the DPS is probably only going to have like 10-15 HP compared to the tank that probably will have 100, for example, right? So you can very much kind of like think of that scenario in your head and make sure you prioritize the DPS before you prioritize the tank. We talked about, I feel as though like a lot of the time you're dropping forward when you don't need, like a lot of times you're dropping from high grounds when you don't need to. High ground is so strong and so like amazing in Overwatch, right? That unless if you're being pressured off that high ground, just keep it. Because it basically, if say like, you know, you're on the high ground, stuff like that, just stay up there. Oh, the Winston's coming to dive me. Okay, that's fine. I'll GA away onto another high ground, or I'll GA away to somewhere else, okay? Just try and stick up on there as much as you can, because there's a lot of the times where you've ended up dropping from it when you don't need to. Just wait until you're being pressured off before you need to do that. Obviously we talked about trying to keep away from the Winston. And I feel as though just a lot of the things with Winston is very much you need to outwit him with his dives, because obviously his whole thing is I will dive you. So try and make it so he has to dive you first before you use your GA. It's kind of the same thing with Diva, where it's like you want to try and make her use her boosters onto you before you use your GA. So there's a lot of that. I feel so you did like really well at some points, and there's other points where you just end up like panicking a little bit. But yeah, I feel so that's kind of like the main things that what's it called? The guy was really bad at dodging him. You see, I got better. You know what actually really helped you, Hudson? Because, and this is actually a team comp thing, right? With a Bastion, because Bastion's very stationary, you have like a root person where you can just default back to if you need to. Like, because obviously before you were running like, what, like Genji, Winston, Echo, and Moira, right? All four people have really good movement abilities that they're going to constantly hear they're everywhere kind of thing. Bastion, however, on the other hand, is very central. And so I feel as though that's kind of what helps calm you down a little bit towards the end of the match, where you kind of like, you always kind of knew where your Bastion was. And it's just kind of like a training kind of thing to think, where's the Echo going to be, or where's like the Genji going to be? And that comes a lot with like playing the game, but also kind of knowing how the Echo and the Genji are going to play themselves. Now, Echo's a lot more predictable than what Genji is, I feel like, because honestly, half the time, I don't know what Genji players are doing. Like, they'll just go in, and I'm like, okay. But with Echo players, specifically because they are such a good, like, blue beam target, you can kind of, like, very much predict where they're going to go, because they'll use the glide, they'll use the stickies, they'll try and focus someone down. They'll always, like, and, you know, it's very much kind of, like, the same flow of, like, movements kind of thing. So I think That's why you did so much better when you had that Bastion. So it's just a little bit more practice I feel like you need with just playing with a lot more like of a movement like comp and stuff like that to get the best out of your movement as a Mercy. But please do let me know if you have any more questions, Hudson, as I feel like that's kind of everything that we've had chance to talk about. So just focus on that jump in and be sure to really try to like bait out stuff if you can, like bait out jumps. So like make sure the Winston has to come to you instead of obviously you going straight to him and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone on YouTube as well as on Twitch to have watched this. It's been a little bit of a long one, I'm sorry, but I hope you all enjoyed it. As I say, it's always great to see another high rank Mercy playing, to kind of like comment on. Once again, you can get your own VOD views for 5,000 channel points. I do them on my Twitch, and I do them on Mondays, and I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, where I just obviously play my own gameplay and stuff. You guys are more than welcome to come and talk to my lovely community I have over there. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!